40 years of branding as criminals is 40 years too long for builders who say they were political pawns. Comic actor Tomlinson was a striking plasterer, jailed for conspiracy over picketing. He believes the then government wanted to break the unions, trying him and others on false charges. The current government's keeping past cabinet papers secret.
I've had a four-way bypass. I suffer from asthma. God knows how long I've got left on this earth. I would like my name cleared before I snuff it.
Construction in the early 70s wasn't the safest trade.
We've got, in the building industry, more than a death a deer. More than a death a deer. It's literally a bloodbath.
This film, made at the time, documents the jailing of trade unionists, including Tomlinson.
I am satisfied that you were the leaders and the prime movers in the invasion of these sites. You thought you could flout the law. You were wrong.
MI5 and secret agents were involved in our strike, undermining the strike.
Secrecy still envelops what happened, revealing what top politicians really knew, key to the actors' campaign. Rob Smith, ITV News.
Well, what we'd like to the Conservatives talk about transparency, so we'd like a little bit of that, you know. We just want our names completely clearing and exonerating from this thing that's hung over us for 40 years.
What was it like on those picket lines?
Well, it was dreadful. I mean, families fell out, brothers fell out. I had to go and stop one site where my brother-in-law was working and say, come on, join the strike, this is what it's all about. Because you must remember, in them days, the health and safety in the building industry was non-existent. Someone died every working day. It was equal, the death rate was equal to that of the mining industry and the farming industry put together.
But there are a lot of people who would say that all the Conservative government was trying to do at the time was to tackle the power of the unions.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to pick on a little group of building workers. They didn't pick on them in Liverpool or London or Birmingham. They chose a little village in the north of in North Wales and had a go at them.
Why do you think they did choose you, pick on you?
Oh, because, I mean, the building industry is fragmented and we're not united, we're not strong like they are in the cities, so we'll pick on them. And don't forget, people must realise, I was asked to be a prosecution witness. I wasn't charged originally, I was asked to be a prosecution witness, and I said, how can I be? I was in charge of the Wrexham pickets.
Do you accept, though, that picket lines were, for a lot of people, very intimidating?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, you must remember this. We were out for £30 for a 35-hour week and better health and safety. And I don't think that's asking the world. And you must remember, it was the one and only official building strike there's ever been. Where's all this transparency we hear from the government? Look, it's 40 years now. It's water under the bridge. Release all the papers. But no, we've asked for them to be released. And Kenneth Clarke signed a thing in November to say that these papers are not even going to be looked at again till 2021. 50 years. Why?
So how optimistic are you, given that you'll get anything changed while you're still alive?
Oh, I'm not. I mean, some of the lads have already died. There's some in their late 80s now. I'm 75 next birthday, and the youngest is 68. But what I'm doing now is we're going in another route. I'm actually seeing somebody about taking this to Europe. I'm going to see if any of the people involved, because what people don't realise is the government of the day knew that the sentence passed on us were illegal. They knew that the most we could have been sentenced to was 3 months, and yet they left us in jail to do the rest of that time. And this isn't hearsay, we've got it documented. We've got it documented from the government saying, well, their defence team have missed it, so leave them in jail. And that's one of the documents I will be showing in Liverpool and in Wrexham and anywhere else where I'm asked to go and speak.